what is it? Build It, and what was that movie? I had a friend who passed away, and that was one of her favorite movies besides Groundhog Day. If they build it, if you build it, they will come. And it was, well, no, but it was baseball players, and this guy built this baseball field in his, somebody's probably typing it in as we speak, I don't know. But what is, oh golly. That's another thing to do after you die, is pick out your favorite movies. In fact, make a list before you go of the ones you're going to watch. Because all your, you know, you can find them. Let me just read on a little bit more, just for fun. A Field of Dreams, that's the one. Those, I would recommend that and Groundhog Day both for Ted Kennedy. I mean, I never met him, right? Okay. On the off chance that you are not in such rotten shape, and a little spot cleaning might be sufficient to get you presentable for polite Bardo company, try to get your non-phenomenal butt to a Bardomania shop on this side of the veil. Oh well. They have radiation booths that can chip off the worst of it. I hope they can, in my case. Let's see. The trick question is, have you got enough of your Bardo warts burnt away so that you can get past the shocking ambushes of the Bardo that lay between here and the next Bardomania shop? If you are clean enough to make it to the next shop, you can spruce up a bit. Anyway, let me just, I could read the fun things to do at the wake, because there's going to be a long wake, you know, because when you're Catholic and all that, and I don't know, but you know, let's just do it for fun. There are some fun things to do at the wake, like count the number of potato salad dishes and Jell-O molds. Okay. You can't write it down. I mean, you won't. Get anybody to say, let's stuff him and keep the party going. Probably no one will say that in this case. Other than that, there isn't a lot of fun to be had at a wake. You could tour the room and try to use the wake for some generally transformational use. You could try such things as, 1, tour the room and say, is it me they're talking about? After each comment related to the corpse and the activities of the life you left behind. You did leave it behind, didn't you? Find the heirs and the signs over in the corner arguing about who got what. Excuse me. Ask yourself about each object that is mentioned. Did I hold on like that? Oh, another fun one, number 3. Blow the sweet fragrance of the non-phenomenal void in each of the guests' face. Ask yourself after each exposure to the stark reality of the void, was I as occluded as that? This is as much a practice in non-arrogance as in telling the truth as it is. If you were less occluded, admit it. If you were more occluded, admit that. If you don't know what the word means, admit that. Then get a dictionary at your nearest Bardomania shop. This was written before Google, by the way. 4. Go to each guest and say unto yourself, I forgive you the transgressions I made upon you. Wait, now, what? Number 4, we're going to read that one again. Go to each guest and say unto yourself, quote, I forgive you the transgressions I made upon you. Okay. Number 5, visit each guest in turn and ask yourself, would I give up the non-phenomenal void and my chance for a really great place in the Bardo lineup for one more day with him or her? Oh boy. Well, if you're going to have a really long wake, you know, you can that's a hard one. Number 5 is tough. Number 6, place your attention on the wake as a whole and ask yourself, if I had to do it all over again for the work and the benefit of all beings everywhere, would I do it? Number 7, travel to each guest and say, boy, are you in for a surprise. Number 8, Visit each member of the wake and ask, were you one of the secret guides in my life? Got any cleansing radiations in there? Very funny. Actually, if you could, like, I don't know. Anyway, 9. Tour the room and ask at each guest if a train traveling 50 miles per hour leaves Detroit traveling due east and a car leaves Montreal traveling due south at a speed of 65 miles per hour, what will be the average age of Parliament in 94? I don't think you're going to remember that one on the other side. I don't think I would, but anyway, maybe some people would, and I don't know how it works exactly. I could run through the list of symptoms. Actually, we might do that on a different day. There's a section called Lock-Picking Your Way Through the Bardo. I don't know what that means. There's all the sappy bio-repartee and all that. There's also the guide. Once you start to the guide will help. The guide, like for instance, if you say, you know, there you are at the wake or what have you, and you say, I feel funny. And the guide might say, you're too much in the body, don't think body. Or the guide might say, please help me. Or you might say, please help me. And the guide would say, what do you want me to do? Etc. Anyway, this is a wonderful book. It's so I'll just show the front picture again because I want to read about this planet did we print that story out? Let's see. I think we did. Anyway, here's the book. It is in print, and it's available from Gateways Books and Tapes. It's online at Amazon. It's for sale in various stores. And don't worry, the Bardomania shops, which are now called Brain Centers, BRANE-P, Brain Power Centers, because you'll be passing through various veils, which we call membranes, went through the Bardos. Anyway, here you go. I'm going to set this right here with Captain Walrus. I hope that's okay. Hope everybody's having a good day. I mean, it's just kind of... It was cold this morning. I had my sweater on. Went for a walk. Had 2 apples. I was curious myself about this one story, so I haven't read it, and I'm just going to read it now. This is on this came from Yahoo News, their science section, and it's just from the Associated Press, and it was written by a science writer, Seth Borenstein. Anyway, and the title is Suicidal Planet Seems on Death Spiral into Star. Out of Washington. Astronomers have found what appears to be a gigantic suicidal planet. Now I'm going to stop here and object. What bodies do out in the heavens, we don't really need for sure to project our own, you know, stuff on it. So that's a loaded word. You know, suicidal, homicidal, all those words are heavily loaded with earthy and human stuff. So after that objection, I want to hear about it, though.